Alright, this game went as expected because both teams' entire offense is basically predicated on exploiting matchups, and that's exactly what happened the entire night. If it wasn't a cross match in transition, it was a mismatch being hunted in the half court, and that type of playstyle is always going to lead to a lot of ones, so it came down to shot making. The Celtics were reading everything and trusting their individual defense, so the Lakers were targeting Horford, Pritchard, White, and even Hauser, but Braun playing bully ball was their most consistent source of offense. Whenever he got in the post against any small, especially White, he was punishing them, and that was most of their paint pressure, because other than that, a lot of their shots were off the dribble or them settling from deep. Their pace was inconsistent, so there wasn't much of a flow to establish a rhythm, and I thought the Celtics were better in that aspect, because they were capitalizing on more runouts off the bricks or turnovers they were forcing. A big part of that was obviously Brown, and him setting the tone on Luka, the same way he did in the finals, so he got a good amount of steals by hounding as much as possible. But it wasn't just what he was doing on that end, because he came out looking to play his usual bully ball, and so was Tatum, but he prefers exploiting bigs, so he didn't really look for his shot as much until Jemison subbed in. He just ended up missing some good looks hunting that matchup, and most of their success was against Luka off the dribble or bully ball against Austin, so they even started involving Horford in the third. With the Lakers missing some of their size, they finally exploited that advantage inside, and this quarter was the difference in the game, not because of that, but because their defense was shutting out the Lakers. It took them over half the quarter before Luka scored their first bucket, and he was the only one to score until the last 2 minutes because the Celtics ball pressure was up and their low rotations were consistent, so they couldn't break that first line. That just led to them putting up bricks from deep playing hot potato, missing at the rim when they did try to get downhill, or even worse, commit more turnovers, and all those combined just led to the Celtics playing with pace to break the game open. They were getting runouts, the whistle, and because the Lakers could never set their defense, they didn't have a first line, so the Celtics were getting wherever they wanted. The game should have been over off the momentum shift throughout, and the ending sequence was fitting for how the quarter was going, because Goodwin commit one of the worst turnovers I've ever seen, then smoked a point-blank bunny after Tatum 3'd it in his face. Entering the fourth, there should have been no chance for the Lakers to be in the game, but to their credit, they reset and somehow course-corrected to damn near run it back. Their defensive effort increased, and their shot-making did even more to start the quarter, especially Braun's, so that created some momentum that got their offense going. All of a sudden, those same tough looks from earlier were falling, and if he didn't go out with a groin injury, they probably would have had a chance to win down the wire. Luka still managed to get him within 4, but the Jays made timely shots to dead the game, and a couple of them came from White and Holiday crashing as they were all night. They weren't capitalizing on some of those boards early, but fortunately, they did on the ones that mattered most, and unfortunately for the Lakers, this is not a good stretch to be missing Braun. Just watch the tape.
Tatum a three-pointer, bang!